Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game of the Max and part 13 of our Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues Enclave Redux mod. So, in the last episode, we had finally capitulated Caesar's Legion, leaving only the Republic of Mexico to fight and the Iron Alliance, which we have some units moving up here to fight against the Iron Alliance. Before we do, or I shouldn't say before we do, but while we're up here, I'm going to call the Realm of Diana into the war. Hopefully they'll be able to help me beat out the Iron Alliance up here and get these guys defeated.
This is Enclave Maincom.
Alright, now. The bad thing about how this kind of went about was
Enclave here.
As you can see, there's all of these tiny pockets everywhere of
Enclave Maincom.
enemy troops that we're trying to kind of fight against.
Enclave here.
So you guys are moving down.
Enclave here.
You all.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
We'll have to kind of figure out a better attack plan than what we've got right now. We've got a big encirclement over here with my power armor defeating it. But let's start on up. See if we can kind of get this looking a little bit better than what it is right now. Get it a little bit cleaner. And then we'll see what we can do.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here.
I want to kind of do something like this.
This is Enclave Maincom. This is Enclave Maincom.
Your troops move here.
Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here.
You have nowhere to go.
Enclave Maincom.
Scott, you all move to here.
This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here.
Something like that. Naval fight. Sunk some light cruisers and some destroyers. I do want to see like Arroyo. What type of navy they don't have a navy. They have something of a navy. Guessing it'll be all about the same. Most people won't have a navy, which I'm fine by.
This is Enclave Maincom. Yeah.
These guys don't have the supplies I'm hoping for, but we should be able to clear them up
Enclave
north.
here. Enclave here. Excellent. Enclave here.
robots over here.
Enclave here.
This weird kind of whining attack.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Sadly, our equipment is trashed right now.
Enclave here.
Pretty much don't have the equipment we need to be a good
Enclave here.
fighting force.
This is Enclave main com.
You all go right there.
This is Enclave main com.
Your forces aim down to
This is
there.
Enclave main com.
You all aim down to there.
Enclave here.
Let's see.
This is Enclave main com.
Try to power through these guys and defeat them. The defenses are online. While our jammer fields deployed again around the base, defenses barely had time to come online before their targeting software was scrambled to hell and back. Our soldiers had all the time they needed to set explosives and destroy the now useless turrets. Our scanners also revealed additional subsections of the base not accessible by personnel. We theorized they hold top secret equipment. Show me good work. Give a free round at the bar to the teams once they're back. We get 10 units of fighters to the national stockpile. Let's see. Let's do whoever's next. Do them. That's 180 days. Power up all the power grids. Further restore El Centro. And let's do Vault-Tec, since we technically own what we need to own.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Let's see. Are our lines kind of getting
This is
better?
Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
Alright, now up here.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Somehow.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
That's another encirclement gone.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
Do something like that.
This is Enclave main com.
You all go here. Try to retake Dallas.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
Ulysses. Also go here. Power up the grids. Alright. Now you and you attack.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Got some military factories. Let's see. Let's keep doing convoys because we don't have any sort of circuitry. The only thing we have is scrap metal.
This is Enclave main com.
See if we can start knocking out the Iron Alliance.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
The bad thing is, most of my units, I'm not going to say are weak necessarily, but we are so low on equipment. Anti-tank weaponry, demolitions, dogs, fire teams, infantry support, infantry equipment, all of that, we're just like super low on.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
The Great White North, way up in the northern Commonwealth, would rouse people to the Great North, the adventure, the sights, the untapped riches that lie beneath its mountains. Maybe it's the site of the Yellowstone National Park. Whatever the reason, the President has announced the formation of the Great Northern Commonwealth and has announced a program to sponsor any and all individuals and their families for work projects, as well as security for various postings that can be covered by the U.S. Army at this current time. There's also this prospect of the caravan routes opening in the far north, and many caravans are introducing higher wages for security. Yes, it's cold. Alright. Now, let's do freedom is the sovereign right of every citizen. Or we can extend a helping hand. Probably will do this. Well, we've kind of been going around this one, so let's do the Gannon Doctrine.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Whoa.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Deploy units. Oh, yeah. I forgot I had built a bunch of the Slanter Cavalry. Let's use them up here.
Enclave here.
The Major.
Enclave here.
How fast? Scavengers found other. They are so incredibly fast. Heaven's Gate. What's that? Reforge the riches of the North. The largest, most successful, and most militant movement that has decided to make Idaho its home. These mutants are worse than communists because at least godless communists don't use the Lord's name in vain. Do Heaven's Gate. Dana wants to send me some light machine guns. Okay.
This is Enclave Maincom.
Bad thing is my cavalry forces don't have ATGMs or any type of anti-tank. There's some more of the Khazar's navy. Sunk 3 of their light cruisers, 4 of their destroyers. They must be trying to flee, if I had to guess.
This is Enclave Maincom. This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom.
Truth of the Enclave. Since our taking over the NCR, there has been a string of rumors, conspiracy theories, and fringe speculations of what exactly was the purpose of the Enclave. Ask any ghoul from before the war and they will tell you of how the government was back then. So it begs the question as to what exactly the Enclave, a descendant of this pre-war police state, is trying to do. Hopefully, in somewhat naive claim, the Enclave is here to restore democracy and American ideals. The cynical claim that they were here to wipe out everyone that considered a mutant. Of course, only the highest and oldest echelons of the Enclave know the answer, and with Granite at the helm, the very answer is to be addressed. Some idealists have suggested we air our dirty laundry about that time. President Richardson tried to kill all mutants, but really, why bother? Do Americans have a right to know, or is ignorance truly bliss? So, someone actually did comment when this comes up to do the truth sets us free, even though it has really bad buffs right now. This will come out later, and it'll come out that you tried to hide it, and it'll absolutely ruin you. So, lose all of our legitimacy, lose 25% stability, and 25% war support, which we're already at 0, so it doesn't matter really about the war support. So yeah, let's just do the truth will set us free.
Good evening, America. Tonight, I need to address something. Something that's been under the surface since the Enclave's return to America's shores. The conspiracy theories that Enclave soldiers committed murder. That rumors that the government was going to commit a global Holocaust. The accusations of heinous experiments, kill teams, and massacres at the hands of Enclave agents. I'm here to dispel those rumors. To end these conspiracy theories. I'm here to tell you, it's real. All of it.
As our citizens woke up on that fateful day preparing for their daily routine, none expected what the day would have entailed. By nightfall, the whole country was in panic over the president's revelation. At approximately 10 in the morning, radio services everywhere were interrupted by a special broadcast from the president himself. The president calmly revealed the truth of the Enclave crimes, methodically listing all the atrocities of the Richardson administration. The list of the crimes were so long that the broadcast was over just before noon, but the most notable was the plan to use FEV Curling-13 to kill off 99.99% of the wasteland. Shortly after the broadcast, all heck broke loose. The Declaration of Independence states the government derives the power from the consent of the governed. What happens when the government revokes their consent? People take to the streets protesting an illegitimate government. Panic sets in over the fear of FEV Curling-13 unleashed on the population. Stores were emptied as panic buying set in, as people feared martial law. Californians in the army deserting their post, unwilling to fight for an illegitimate government. The unions of Shady Sands announcing a strike, and for his part, Granite never expected the response to be this severe, but here we are now. For as the Constitution says that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it's the right of the people to alter or to abolish it.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Let's see. For we stand at heaven's gates. St. Michael and his flock within the lands of heaven's gates attempted to spread the word of God to what they deemed unholy lands filled with sinners and pagans. Unfortunately, St. Michael considered a lot of people unholy sinners and pagans, despite claiming to heed the word of God. He failed to realize that God blessed the Enclave and God blessed America. Even an alliance with Kaiser failed to stop his undoing, and his holy crusade ended with U.S. force crashing through his city with divine vengeance. While many of his followers fell in the fighting, we captured St. Michael. Many of his more fervent followers were taken to the mountains, believing they can eke out a resistance to us. It gets rather cold in the winter. Listen to Colonel Callahan's proposal. Set a trial will bring them into the light of civilization. Or the children of Edom is the day of Jerusalem said, raise it even to the foundation. Listen to Colonel Callahan's proposal. For St. Michael will watch over his flock for eternity. Callahan never said he was a full reformist, just a loyal patriot who followed orders. His plan for St. Michael he saw as fitting and others saw as horrifying. For St. Michael wasn't put to death for his crimes, despite many who wished to see it. As he lay in his cell, he was defiant, belligerent, and saw American law as below the Lord's law, which is all what he was answered to. He spoke that his actions were the word of the Lord, but only his narrow militaristic view of the law. He was charged with crimes against humanity, but was not sentenced to death. Instead, he was sentenced to preaching his sermons to his most loyal followers for the rest of his days. Why? Callahan shoved his brain in a modified robot chassis, a robot-brain chassis, who stood up where he most can constantly speak for eternity to his fervent flock, who have all met the same fate. He will be held in prison until the servos and systems fall and collapse, which by our estimates will be in a few hundred years. Deuteronomy 5:11, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold any guiltless who misuse his name. Or Exodus 21:14, if, however, a man acts presumptuously towards his neighbor so as to kill him craftily, you are to take him even from my altar that he may die. Let's do Exodus. I did not know that that was what was going to happen. I was, yeah, was not tracking
This is
that.
Enclave Maincom. Outstanding.
Vault-Tec, upon securing Plains Runners, we made a horrifying discovery. Vault-Tec survived the Great War. Well, survived until Lannius took them out anyway. However, the discovery of this has raised questions about the various Vault-Tec vaults and their fates, as well as the largest and most prominent pre-war corporation. It's no secret that Vault-Tec was the epitome of everything wrong in the pre-war era. It's a secret we blame them for everything wrong that can be traced to us, but we won't talk about that. Prioritizing profits over ethics, predatory sales tactics, and unethical experiments on people for nothing more than to increase their bottom line. Aside control vaults like Vault 8 and a handful of others, most vaults we've come across are nothing more than nightmare horror shows displaying the horrendous results of Project Safe House. As we uncover more and more vaults and the unspeakable terrors within it, many have seen fit to eradicate a monument to thousands of seen fit to erect a monument to thousands of Americans lost in part to Vault-Tec's insidious desire for profit. On the remains of the children of the cathedral, which was also the location of the first Vault-Tec vault, the demonstration vault, we've erected a monument to those lost. It's a simple wall with the numbers of every vault we've recovered in its horrendous experiment. Some say that standing by it, you can hear the voices of those lost whispering to never forget them. Why do the voices say the master lives? Come up here. Ready the power grids. The California Ghouls. I'll read that here in a second. Let's do the new citizens care package. Improve sanitation. And we can do that should be good. California ghouls. California always had a significant ghoul population, mostly concentrated in Necropolis and Dayglow. As the news of the present revelation spread across the country, the ghoul community responded. In contrast to the panic among their smooth-skinned peers, the ghouls have been remarkably calm, probably because they have been here before. When we first rolled into California, the ghouls expected to be unceremoniously put down. Instead, they found their rights enshrined in the Constitution. Even better, townships are now banned from pulling a vault city and expelling their ghouls over arbitrary reasons. Therefore, it is no surprise that they are more willing to give us a chance. Guess our good karma is paying off. We gained 15% legitimacy. Thank you, ghouls, for always believing in us.
This is Enclave Maincom. Shit, you can say that again.
Again in Doctrine.
Enclave Maincom. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Excellent! Yeah.
There's the Ganon Doctrine. Ring in the New World. Much has changed since the bombs fell 200 years ago. What lies beyond our border, and what are we going to do about it? And let it see the new one. We'll do that. I don't know what that one does, but we'll do it anyway. We can send. Let's see. We'll send them to Arroyo. The Arroyo courier, President Granite, regret to inform me that one of our peaceful couriers was attacked outside the town of Arroyo. A crazy elderman wielding a Gauss rifle and wearing a vault suit started firing at a courier, crying that the restored United States government is an enclave trick to kill them all, that she will die free. A task force sent to Upper was repulsed with heavy casualties. Somehow, really unfortunate, as we had a Crimson Caravan catalog for her. Yeah, what a silly idea. Or is Mom offer mentates? Gain Annex War Gold. Yeah. Let's see. Who are these guys? The Sorrows. We'll send one to the Sorrows. We can send them to Banland Buckaroos. The Lord's Anointed. I know this is costing me money. Circle Junction. The Ciphers. And the Foragers. And who's Timberline? That's way up here, right? Yeah. There we go. Wasted a lot of money. It'd take a while anyway, so.
Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Yeah.
Okay.
Enclave here.
Diana canceled our land lease.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here.
Have my robots put to push towards Fort Hood. And then
This is Enclave Maincom.
have my power armor push down to Brownsville.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here.
Let's see. Research. What's the population? Let's do the max factories and state. The Iron Alliance is slowly crumbling. Traders from Hawaii. This has come up quite a bit, so I'm just going to do the war support. America's capital. With the restoration of America, it's time to decide where to place our capital. Some suggest we move to Shady Sands, the largest city in California, but others, fearful of the threat of protesters and dissidents, suggest we fortify Navarro. But there is a third idea. Where is our capital right now? New Reno. I think we're just going to keep with New Reno. Yeah. Please rise for the national anthem. We'll see you if they're ever to get to the East Coast. New Reno will do until we free Washington.
This is Enclave Maincom. This is Enclave Maincom.
Alright, we're going to cut my headset off for a second. The recent accusations in Congress, the recent revelations have not only stirred our people, but also our Congress. While everyone is in agreement over the validity of the war crimes, they are in disagreement over just how high the orders originated and how to respond to the situation. The ex-Purist reformers pushed back against the president, claiming the Enclave war crimes were the responsibility of an extremist cloak rather than President Richardson himself. Many of them still respect President Richardson and do not take slander in their matriarch's name lightly. The more dedicated reformers, on the other hand, demand a full inquiry into the crimes of the Enclave and to compensate the victims and punish those responsible. The former NCR politicians, those who did not boycott Congress anyway, remained silent during the debates. However, one of them spoke up. Algan Murphy, a former NCR politician from the Boneyard, has suggested forming a truth commission to investigate the crimes, just like the Navarro Commission he had a hand in. He reasons that by forming an official body tasked with discovering and revealing past wrongdoings in the government, it should show the people we take this matter seriously. Furthermore, the commission can come up with the measures to help reconcile with our citizens. Grant Hayes supports Algan's motion, and soon support spread across Congress, while some ex-peers refuse to vote for it, and the motion is still passed. Democracy in Action gets event meeting Bill Calhoun. Was advanced recycling. Get better harvesting. Alright. Crank up my volume again. Odysseus. That's kind of cool. Kind of weird, but kind of cool. Improved mass drivers. So that should mean that we've got those. Production. Mass drivers. All the way up. And then you guys can be switched over to the Tesla cannons. Auto saving.
Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom.
There's still some of Khazar's legion running around. Meaning Bill Calhoun. 1500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 600 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. 200 years ago, we knew communism was evil. 15 minutes ago, we knew the Enclave was only here to help. Just imagine what we're going to find out tomorrow. Bill Calhoun. With the creation of the Truth Commission, we face several new challenges. The Commission must be unbiased as possible to give a valid judgment. Also, to maintain an aurora of legitimacy, we cannot have it under our government's control. We need to find a chairperson who will uphold these ideas or ideals. So far, one person fits the criteria perfectly. Bill Calhoun is known as a man of strong moral character, even within the followers of the apocalypse. Ashamed over his role in co-finding Khazar's legion, he lives a quiet, secluded life doing good deeds. perhaps to atone for his past. Now we need to convince him to lead the commission. All good request to personally meet Calhoun. No one knows what they'll discuss, but when both of them emerged, Calhoun agreed to lead the commission. Welcome aboard.
Enclave here.
Marcus's speech. While California is in chaos as the president, words on the Enclave crimes echo across the land. The super mutants of California react. It's no secret that super mutants have long been discriminated against by their human peers. Even when Tandy signed a law prohibiting discrimination, the law was barely enforced, in part due to corruption and in part due to the poor bureaucratic administration. But ever since the American Restoration, their rights have dramatically improved. Now they can walk into a restaurant without getting refused, have better access to housing and employment opportunities. One of them, a community organizer named Marcus, gave a speech. These new governments, they think they've got all the answers, blah, blah, been there, seen that, got the scars. But this one's different, one that is willing to protect the rights of super mutants, even to their own deterrent. To be honest, I feel safer with them than I do in Vault City. Hell, even Vault City has been banned from discriminating against me. If these guys wanted us dead, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now. I was in California during the dark days of the Enclave. I know what they are like, and my gut tells me that this is not the Enclave of old. Let me tell you a story. On my way to Jacobstown, I passed the Divide. There I met an interesting fellow. We talked long over various topics. But one thing he told me resonates to this day. People can change by the paths they walk. Perhaps we should give the new guys a chance to prove themselves. Thank you, Marcus. Gained 15% legitimacy and 10% war support and stability. While our forces still push. The Calhoun Commission, Followers Inquiry. The followers are renowned for their impartiality. It's no surprise that the commission membership will be composed of followers. However, some of the members of Congress propose setting up an observer body composed of government officials as oversight. While observers are prohibited from directly interfering with the commission, that does not mean they cannot use more subtle means of influence. After all, isn't it good to forge new friendships outside of the working hour? Alternatively, we can just trust the followers to do a good job themselves. They do have a good track record after all. The evidence system note. With the commission underway, we now have a choice. Should we let them work unimpeded? While this seems to be an obvious choice, it's likely that they will come to a conclusion that does not benefit us. Alternatively, we can attempt to subtly steer the commission down a path that favors us. After all, a result that absolves us from guilt will benefit us greatly. We'll have 3, including this one, opportunities to allow or hinder the commission to do their work. Our choices will have consequences. We'll allow them to do their jobs. The Iron Alliance is about to fall. It wasn't just the United States that ceased to exist on that fateful October morning in 2077. The whole world was engulfed in nuclear flame and fallout that saw the total destruction of lives, cultures, and civilizations. Even as missiles and bombs impacted DC and Beijing, the entire world felt the blast waves of the Great War, and just as many didn't survive. However, with the return of the Enclave and the restoration of the old world's greatest superpower, Granite finds himself at a crossroads. Will he endeavor to restore the old world similar to what it once was, fixing the damage done to it in the nuclear exchange and bringing them back up from the ashes alongside America as equals and allies? Or will he pursue the Enclave's dream of the United States becoming the world's policeman, taking over the world bit by bit, until only the one flag flying is the Stars and Stripes? While ambitious such as Europe, Asia, and Africa might be far off in the future, for now he can focus on the North American continent and shape the destiny of the new world. We can repair it, or soon we'll have Pax Americana. No, we'll repair it. I think that was the focus I was working on, right? Yeah. Mexican resistance. Our warriors. Seeking allies. Let's defeat the axis of evil. About to take New Sterling. Now we need to march forward a little bit more.
Enclave here.
We have so little
Enclave
equipment.
main com.
Killer.
This is Enclave main com. I see. This is Enclave main com.
I want you guys to secure down to the Houston Rockets. While we destroy Vernon.
This is Enclave main com.
There's the Behemoth.
Enclave here.
How they got a Behemoth is beyond me. Calhoun Commissions, the Navarro Archives. Navarro contains the largest archives of Enclave historical documents, some even dating back before the Great War. Locked in the deepest, most protected part of the fortress, it's unsurprising the NCR never got a hold of the documents. Now the Commission is requesting access to the Enclave archives at Navarro. While we cannot deny the request as it will arouse too much suspicion, it'll be a few days before they arrive. We can destroy some of the most incriminating documents before Calhoun and his teams arrive. Nope, show them everything. Let's see. Do that. Scavenge with vehicles. Organization. Buy some dynamite. And of course we can't afford any of it's not we can't afford, but they're not gonna sell to me.
I see. This is Enclave Maincom.
The Iron Alliance capitulated. Skies above the California coast, sitting just above the former U.S.-Mexican border. Nas El Centro is positioned just strategic enough to conduct patrols over the Gulf of California and strike southwest of Mexico against Alok and his sons, or further east against Legion. Further, the base is home to a suite of virtual reality pods that were used to train pilots when ordnance was scarce in the lead-up to the Great War. Our teams have managed to get them running, allowing for Naval and Air Force aviators to train in bombing strikes from the safety and comfort of the base. Improves air agility and ace generation. Another big army knocked out.
Enclave here.
So you guys move here. And then
This is Enclave Maincom.
you guys under Ulysses go here and try to fight out here.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here.
Let's see, robots. Let's do the Assaultron 2s. Real Oslin's speech. The Slanders preferred to keep to themselves in their burrows. However, recent events have forced them to take a stand. Slanders are often looked down upon in society, literally and figuratively. We understand we're not humans. We never were humans. We're mutants. For the longest time, we were the targets of raiders, monsters, and even just a sick game of young tribal warriors. I used to fear leaving the burrow, fear the top world, yet when I climb out of my burrow home and see the sun rising every day, I'm filled with a new sense of purpose. The topsiders speak of safe streets of generosity and even acceptance. Our hunting parties now work to gather food for far-flung settlements where the caravans do not tread. I don't know what this enclave did in the past, and I don't know what it's going to do in the future. What I do know right now, that if it was the same as it was, I wouldn't be here talking to all of you. When the enclave approached us all those years ago, they extended a hand in friendship and willing to give our species a chance. Well, now I extend the same hand back. Gain 5% war support and stability and 15% legitimacy. Thank you, my little furry friends. Let's see.
Enclave here.
You all here.
This is Enclave main comm.
You also go here.
Enclave
and then
here.
Slander Cavalry. I want you all to go here. And get down to the Bayou Motors.
Enclave here.
The Calhoun Commission Arroyo Expedition. One of the Enclave's most heinous acts was kidnapping of wastelanders to be experimented on. The most notable incident is the kidnapping of Vault 13 and the Arroyo residence. This led to a Chosen One's assault on the rig. The outcome, as we all know, was the destruction of the rig and the death of the president and most of the Enclave leadership. The Vault 13 and Arroyo survivors were returned to Arroyo. Members of the Commission are interested in interviewing the residents of the Arroyo, particularly the older ones who remember their time in captivity. Needless to say, such evidence will be extremely damning for us. The caravan is stopping by New Reno for the night. Perhaps there is also looking for evidence for a past dealing with the Salvatores. Regardless, it would not be out of the ordinary for them to suffer a mob attack. No. Just guarantee their safe passage. We won't.
This is Enclave main comm.
We won't do that.
This is Enclave main comm.
I want you to go there because I'm going to delete those 4.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Move those 10. Fight through. Another battle. Sunk 10 light cruisers and 15 destroyers of the Mexican Navy.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Defeat the axis of evil. Out of the fryer into the frying pan with the twin-headed bear defeated, we found ourselves surrounded on all sides by a hostile wasteland that does not want us. We were so focused on defeating the NCR we didn't know about what happened next, nor did we plan for it. Our army is battered, overstretched, bruised, and barely standing after taking everything the NCR could throw at us. Now they find themselves surrounded on all sides. To the north, the mutants and cannibals of Oregon look south, seeing an easy meal. And beyond them, in the cold, dark heart of Seattle, there sits the immortal, the Washington Brotherhood looking south. Yet to the east lies Kaiser and his legion, a fanatical army of thousands stretching from the Colorado River to Colorado itself, and with the Aquilian Palatine assisting them, our technology edge might not be enough. But this isn't the first time for us. In fact, it's become routine. Battered, bruised, bloody, but we're still standing as if they think they have a right to the continent, to this nation, to take everything we've worked so hard to rebuild. Well, come and take it. Well, that wasn't necessarily great because we already defeated Kaiser's Legion, but let's see, reunify Texas, fight the Order. I think we can. Oh, knocking on heaven's door. Or maybe even this one. That's who we're actually fighting. Closing of the Calhoun Commission. Calhoun stood before the assembly of the president, cabinet, Congress, journalists, all staring at him. He never felt this nervous since his days with Edward Swallow, but he had a duty to carry out. I, William Calhoun, solemnly do swear that everything I say here is the truth. My commission has reviewed all available evidence, and we have come to the consensus on the matter at hand. On the behalf of the commission, I report that the Enclave and the pre-war United States committed crimes against humanity. Calhoun proceeded to systematically list all evidence of the crimes the commission collected. Some were so horrifying the honest members fainted or broke into tears. The atrocities ranged from the pre-war concentration camps for Chinese Americans, Mariposa FEV experiments, to village massacres by vertebrates. The most significant result was the crimes that the Enclave sent up to the highest level, including President Richard M. himself. Some congressmen attempted to shout down Calhoun for insulting their matriarch, but they were removed by security. The whole affair lasted through the whole day. By 7 p.m., Calhoun reached the closing part of his report. In his closing speech, Calhoun said that wherever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles as organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem more likely to affect their happiness and, or safety and happiness. Calhoun followed up the statement with listing possible actions the government should carry out to make amends for the past, which would later be known as the Reparations Act. Throughout the entire ordeal, Granite felt a burning hatred for his predecessors, especially President Richardson, the man who betrayed the very ideals of America. Granite felt vindicated that he had to reveal the crimes of the Enclave, but it's now up to him to fix his predecessors' mistakes. We bear the sins of the past, gets to vent light at the end of the tunnel. I can send couriers to more people. So, Odysseus. Who are the baggers? Oh, these guys? Yeah, I could. We got 30 days, 60 days. So we got some time before these even come about. The Molemen speak out. The Molemen of Farson, led by Boss Morgal, had seen the instability of the surface world and decided to comment on it. He spoke in their language was strange and unintelligible to everyday citizens. However, relations with the surface world had allowed for a translator to speak for him. We mole miners see we're just built different from you up top types. Built better, see we're just built stronger, sturdier, and made for life underground, the way life is supposed to be. I may not understand all what you tall, lanky people do, but I know what I know. When this enclave arrived at our home, they didn't do the same thing as all you other jumpy giants did and shoot us. They actually tried to talk to us in your strange service speak. Sure, it took us forever to understand. After figuring out what the heck you guys were saying, it seems that they were trying to give us a square deal. To actually be honest, for once, you didn't see that in Topsiders. I don't even think they were capable of it. However, as much as it amuses us that this enclave wants to try to kill everything, like you people could accomplish that, they gave us a fair shake. We're willing to give them a fair shake. I say they've earned that much. Thank you, Molemen, I think. Gain 15% more legitimacy and 5% war support and stability. See, we're not all bad.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
We're very slowly starting to break through these units. Be a hard fight, that's for sure. I don't want a double agent. Let's see, control mission, infiltration. Let's use her. Light at the end of the tunnel, we braced ourselves for another wave of unrest following the Calhoun Commission results. However, it was only sporadic at best. Perhaps it's because of the exhaustion over the previous round, or because they know now we are not going to kill them, as we did not when President Granite first broke the news. Maybe because the Commission absolved President Granite of wrongdoing. After all, Granite was just a child when Navarro fell, much like many in the room. Regardless, none can deny the air of unease across America. People are afraid to express themselves in public. Co-workers refuse to share personal information out of fear the others may be a government spook. Families peer out of the window at nights, watching out for jackbooted thugs out to kidnap their children. It is as if people are afraid of their government. In order to regain the trust of the citizens, we need to make amends for our past. And so today, Congress has passed the Reparations Act aimed at making amends for our past sins. The President is expected to sign it into law later today. The acts contain provision for war crime tribunals, reparation, and other means as recommended by the Calhoun Commission. However, critics point out that the wording of the act suggests that these measures may be optional, and remain to be seen how thorough the Reparations Act will be. We'll make amends for the past, unlock the Reparations Act.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
I actually kind of want you guys to go like this. And push north.
Enclave Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here. I see. Enclave here.
Our troops are
This is
moving.
Enclave main comm.
Economic resurgence. Where are...
Enclave here.
Oh, they're right there. Economic resurgence. It's hard to see the little part there. Let's power up the power grids. We'll do all of this hopefully towards the end of the war because I've saved up enough political power. Economic resurgence again. For some reason they declared war on Khazar's Legion after it's already fallen. Right on. Yeah.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main
Absolutely useless,
This is Enclave main comm.
but whatever. See, we're at 91,000 lost. We haven't started even battering down the Texans.
This is Enclave
Sorry,
main comm.
the Mexicans. Probably because their only cored area is over here. In this territory right here. So we need to cut all the way down. Be a costly fight. Let me scroll down because these all have 14 days. Let's actually... Oh, we can't improve relations. Okay, that's fine.
Enclave here.
That is what it is.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. Yeah, you can say that again. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Try to cut off this big swap. Switch that. Can't do that. Probably could do automation or manual labor. We're more for the people, so do some civilian education as well.
This is Enclave main comm.
Kind of going too far, buddy.
Excellent! Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Automated harvesting.
Enclave here.
You guys
Enclave main comm.
Let's see. Gene crops.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Get your troops here.
Enclave here.
Outstanding.
This is Enclave main comm.
I see.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm.
Yeah. I see.
Industrial support.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
It's a really dirty, odd way to do this, but it's fine.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm.
We'll take Old Fort Hood. The Federal Commonwealth. Oh, I see. They become a Federal Commonwealth. Yeah, that's fine. The Mexico Reclamation Zone. Provide them with nominal independent territory to harass the general, better for us. Fund the guerrillas. We can do that. The Baja Blues, huh? Flying Death Claws. Oh, we send it's a gun. Okay. The Baja Blues. Join the Mexico Reclamation Movement. The Baja Blues. The Baja Peninsula was spared the worst of the Enclave conquest, with little of value and occupied as the NCR was already collapsing. The Enclave liberation past its sleepy towns and villages by Ranger Riley Skip Elmrin was such a little note that the Enclave only sent a request that he surrender for proceeding by carrier. Needless to say, they had declined. Until Elmrin was even more surprised to get a request from the president to oversee the Mexican Reclamation Zone, designed to support those fleeing Santa Anna's request or conquest. But really, who else was going to do it? The Baja State will be known as the Mexican Reclamation Zone, and then become a puppet. Ranger Skip joins the Baja State. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I doubt they have... Oh, they do have their own federalization. The State of Mexican Reclamation Zone. Okay.
This is Enclave main comm.
Civilian
This
education.
is Enclave main com.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. Unlocks territory disputes for Texan Arm Association former cores. Yeah. So let's do seeking allies. Doesn't do anything, but look at economic aid. Improve infrastructure. Yeah, we can improve the infrastructure. The Mexican reclamation. Return the rest of the lands to Mexico if we want to. This sort of fixes those who wants to recreate Mexico and the true ejército of Mexico. I don't really know. We should be bringing already all the power grids. A bunch of these guys should become federal states here soon. Scavenger's Triumph.
Enclave here.
Gilrez's war on drugs. Not content with running the Mexican reclamation zone, Gilrez has been conducting raids across the Sea of California into cartel lands. This would be fine, or at least not bad, if it wasn't for the fact these raids are crippling some of the armies that stand between Santa Ana and America. What we should do about this meddlesome amigo. This is the world's smallest pit boy playing the world's saddest song. Make him stop. This will upset Mexican resistance or send some vertebrates. Small. Mexico will appreciate this, even if Lynette does not. Alvacura attracts some interest. The Agul from New Vegas has come down Mexico's way and offered his service. The old gunslinger apparently fought against bandits in Arizona and Mexico in the past and offered his service to the people of Mexico in their fight against Santa Ana. And the return of Admiral Kincaid to our greatest supplies. A flotilla of Aslan survivors have washed up on our shores. There is at least two leaders, Admiral Kincaid and a prominent member of the Jaguar Knights, Asatol. Somehow the two of them have steered their flight from Santa Ana's clutches, and they seek a safe harbor and a base to face Santa Ana. Actol has threatened to leave our lands if we do not support him, but there are those who think Kincaid's efforts to save the Atslani civilians make him a better model for the resistance. However, Lynette and others in the reunited states argue we cannot accept any refugees, let alone crazed soldiers from Mexico. What should we do? Welcome Kincaid. To the resistance. Kincaid brings nothing but the fires of resistance, base war support, or Jaguar Knights. Let's do Kincaid. Sweet, we got an aircraft carrier. Gale Kincaid. He's Craven? Ugh. Well, I didn't plan on using him anyway, but gross. Should have chose the Jaguar Warriors.
This is Enclave main com.
I need you all to cut
Enclave here.
this path.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here. Enclave main com.
Attack them.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Okay, you guys. Oh, whoops.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
We're outside his capital.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
There we go. There's no way for them to cross back.
This is Enclave main com.
Seeking allies. Greatest power in the waste. Oh, we can do the Brotherhood of Steel.
Enclave here. You have to get out?
Twice in 2 lifetimes, intense and deadly fighting has ended in the jungle capital of Reynosa. The United States forces cleaned out robots and conscription forces from entrenched positions. Reporters attached to the frontline units stated that living soldiers in Reynosa were being rounded up as prisoners of war, and any remaining holdouts were being dealt with via high explosive and flamer units. In addition, any remaining mechanized force in the area under the command of the Generalissimo were being eliminated through dedicated anti-armor teams. Civilians formerly under Santa Anna rule began to cautiously but surely exit their homes, marveling at the absence of the omniscient presence of a deadly robot patrolling the street. Although the Arecitos front in Reynosa was quickly evaporating, the United States intelligence learned that Santa Anna was rallying his army and air force to mount a counterattack and retake the city. While losing his capital came as a heavy loss, the Generalissimo was not ready to go down without another fight or 10. Bah, that didn't do anything to him, so...
This is Enclave main com.
Where are you? Yeah, keep going.
Enclave here.
This is kind of the only bad thing about this fight is it's so meticulous. Like, I have to continually click on these troops to try to get them to go. Let's march them across. Perfect. Now.
Enclave here.
And I'm going to be ending the episode here soon anyway. But let's, yeah. Head down. Like that. Go. Alright, well, I hope you all have enjoyed the episode. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.